Let me start by asking a question. How many women in this room take some form of birth control? Next question. How many men, if given the opportunity, would take a form of birth control if it was told that it would help prevent pregnancy and promote safe sex? An article in the Discovery Company on July 9, 2005 entitled, "Men's Birth Control Will Work." Birth control started in 1960, and 52 years later, over 50% of all pregnancies are still unplanned, meaning something else needs to be done. I recently read an article in the Globe and Mail entitled "Prelude to the Pill, Why Men Will Buy It" on February 3rd, talking about men taking more responsibility for safe sex. After reading, I found some relative information about this topic. Though the idea of men's birth control seems like a good idea, there are too many flaws for it to work. Today, I will be talking about the different types of male birth control in the making, the negative effects birth control has on both men and women, and potential harmful effects it could take on men specifically. In the same article, it states that right now there are 5 non-medical options for men in terms of safe sex. That include abstinence, condoms, outer course, vasectomy, and withdrawal. Now, the issue with this is that it causes men to not enjoy this experience fully, which defeats the whole purpose of intercourse in the first place. There are several ideas that doctors have in the making in terms of men's birth control, including the pill, radio-controlled implants by blocking sperm simply by pushing a button, plugs that form sperm blockades, testicular ultrasounds to zap sperm production for up to 6 months, heat treatment to induce temporary sterilizations, and rods filled with hormones implanted into the arm. An article in Discovery News entitled "Male Birth Control May Zap Sperm with Sound Waves" explains a new procedure called reversible inhibition of sperm under guidance. Basically what this is a small shot that a man would get 2 times in their genitals for 15 minutes each, and it's 100% effective for up to 10 years. But the issue with this is that they're soon finding out that it causes permanent infertility. And although most of us don't want to have kids right now, we probably will sooner or later, and we don't want to risk to have that chance of never being able to. However, what if men did take the pill? What if men did have some sort of option of birth control? How would it work? An article on MSNBC News entitled "Male Birth Control Soon Becomes a Reality," writer John Shizer talks about just that. He explains that the way women's birth control works is that they use hormones to stop the production of eggs. And for men, it would work very similarly. They would use testosterone and progesterone to turn off sperm production. Emily Soon of Discovery News wrote an article entitled "Men's Birth Control, What's the Holdup?" In this article, she discussed the negative side effects that men's birth control has on women and would also have on men. Some are less severe, such as acne, weight gain, and moodiness, but can get as serious as blood clots, stroke, and even heart attacks. Another risk of birth control is accountability. A lot of times, unplanned pregnancies happen because women don't remember to take their pill, and the pill is something that you need to take at the exact same time every single day. Another issue is that pill is extremely costly. It can range anywhere from $15 to $70, and since healthcare doesn't provide birth control right now, it's up to us to pay for it. And if you think about that on a month-by-month to a year-by-year basis, it's extremely expensive. Another issue is if there was male birth control, there would be a severe lack of the use of condoms. Now, condoms can be 98 to 99% effective and also prevents against HIV and STDs, which birth control does not. So if we do have a form of birth control for men, there would be no protection against HIV or STDs, which can have a potential spread. Men have a bigger risk than women if they took some form of birth control. As I previously stated, the types of things that are being used are rather invasive and dangerous and can cause something as serious as infertility. Another issue is men could feel emasculated. The pill would make them feel less manly, and men pride themselves on being the alpha male and top dog, and if we had a form of birth control that turned off their sperm count completely, they wouldn't feel like that anymore, and it could be as serious as causing certain men depression. Today I've talked to you about different options of men's birth control, negative effects it has on both men and women, and the negative side effects men's birth control could bring to men specifically. The talk of male birth control has been in the making for over 40 years. However, until doctors can prevent infertility and stop the spread of STDs, men's birth control is simply not an option.